start this recording. And once again, I am going to thank you for coming in this evening and checking out this presentation. And Beth Hess is going to go ahead and get us rolling.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be with you all. Athena, you can hear me? Okay, awesome. Let me share my screen. So excited you guys are here. I see lots of familiar faces and friends in the gallery, and a bunch of new people to meet as well. So very glad that you came in to join us today. Let me just do this a little bit more so I can see more of you while we're talking. Athena will be keeping an eye on the comment section as we go along. If you do have questions, we'll do our best to answer that for you there. If we do miss your question, please hang on to the end and we will address some things for you there. Or you can always send us an email. We'll let you know how to get in touch as well. Today is all about using Canva for video. So I will go through just a couple basic things about Canva, but we're mostly going to be talking about video things today. We did a few months ago do sort of an introduction to Canva class that should also be on the YouTube page, so you can access that if you're not familiar with Canva in general. Just some quick information about myself. Let me put my chat over there where I can see that too. Okay, cool. And just a reminder, we are recording this and everything will be on the YouTube page. Since you have signed up for this, we will be sending you the link to that page tomorrow, and where it is on the Fayetteville Small Business Center YouTube page. We'll get you all that information tomorrow when we get it uploaded. Okay, so just real quick, I am Beth Hess. I'm the owner of Keys to Your Brand Consulting, and I'm also a small business counselor here at the FTCC Small Business Center. So specialize in helping folks with their brand strategy, making sure that you have a cohesive message and that you keep things nice and consistent in your branding so that you have a clear message to the audience that you want to reach. So before we get started tonight, if you would just let me know, I want to get a sense of what we have going on. If you just drop in the chat a 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, if you're new to all types of design tools. 2, if you're new to Canva. 3, if you've used Canva but not for video. And 4, if you're my sister and you're just here because you think I'm probably going to say something hilarious, but I don't think I see my sister on today. So just give me a sense of where you guys are so that I know how to get things going. Awesome. Okay. Very helpful. So again, there's a lot to cover when we talk about video, and I want to make sure that we cover that for you well. If I'm talking above where you are, ask some questions, but also let us know. We can also help you with that later. And if hopefully we won't you won't get too far behind. So let's talk for a few minutes about why video. Okay, why do we want video? Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in video, compared to 10% when they read it in text. So if you want your customers to remember you, and that's what we're all here for, right? To be able to connect with our customers and make sure that we have messages that connect with folks. Video is the way to go. Users spend 88% more time browsing on websites that have videos. These are all statistics coming from the, let me see if I can move that over there. There we go. That'll help. So obviously, video is important because you're here with us tonight, but those are some important things to understand. If you work for a business and you're trying to convince the people that you work for why investing in video is important, that's some good things to have. Where did I get the C video from? I'll give you one guess. Canva. All right. When we're talking about social media, right? Social media posts that have video have 48% more views than those that do not have video. And anybody here would be interested in having your business on the front page of Google? Anybody? Yeah, okay. So a website is 53 times more likely to reach the front page of Google if it includes a video. So videos are important. Conversion rate, want to make more sales, including a video on your landing page or your sales page can boost your conversion rate by up to 80%. Yeah, right. Kimberly says, I wouldn't mind that at all. So yes, we definitely want to be doing some of that. I'm going to give you a few tips about video. Let me just preface this by reminding you that video is just another form of communication. And so there's not ever going to be one single rule that works for video in every single context. In other words, we're going to talk in just a minute specifically about some tips for Facebook. But what you do for Facebook is going to be a little different than how you do videos on your website. So, questions I get a lot, and we'll talk about for Facebook in a minute, is how long should a video be? It depends. What do I put in a video? It depends. So you really just need to, make sure that you're checking that. Just like any type of message, video always starts with who's your audience, what you want to try to tell them, and how are you going to be able to effectively communicate with that. So couple of video tips though. Your phone is fine. You don't have to invest in expensive high-tech video equipment. One of the beautiful things about the about this environment that we're in, where people are on Zoom these days and we are doing things on camera, is that it has given everybody permission to be a little bit more themselves, right? So sometimes the dog runs into your screen, sometimes the kid needs a snack, sometimes things happen. So the having to have really, that's not to say you want low quality video, but you don't have to invest in expensive equipment to be able to do video well. Your phone is probably going to be fine. If it has a video recorder on it, it will work. If you are using the big log phone from the original cell phone and it doesn't have a video button on it, you might need to get something else. But for most things, you're going to be just fine with your phone. You want to start thinking about what's called B-roll. So, when they're making, think about a news story that you see, and you might have on-air interviews, right, with a particular person, whoever's being interviewed. That's the main part of the story. But you also often see video of things that are going on in the process, what's happening in the background. So, if I were being, or if I were interviewing somebody who works at a pizza restaurant, I always default to food references in these because I never eat before the class. So forgive me, guys. But if if I were interviewing somebody in a pizza restaurant, we're going to have him standing in front of the pizza oven and having a conversation, but we're also going to take some video of them laying out the pepperonis, of the pizza being slid into the oven, right? So when I say start thinking about B-roll, that means have your phone handy a lot and just take little snippets of video about things going on in your life. If you have a product-based business and you have any kind of like behind the scenes, this is how we make things kind of stuff, you want to start recording video on that. You know, honestly, this morning my day started earlier than normal. I often don't leave my house before the sun has already risen, but today as I walked out my front porch, I saw the sunrise. I was like, that's really beautiful. I grabbed my phone, I turned on my video, I did a quick turn. I don't know, someday I might need you know, a sunrise in a video clip, right? So you want to just start collecting video, become a video collector, because I'm going to show you what we are doing here is that we are not just talking about the videos where I stand in front of a camera and I give you a speech, but there's lots of ways to do video. So you want to be thinking about that. A couple of other things I want to mention: stay consistent to your brand, always, always, always. So, you know, if a video style doesn't feel like you, if you don't want to add a filter, you don't want to do TikTok, if you don't want to do that type of thing, those are fine. There's ways to do video that stays consistent with your brand. This doesn't mean that you have to be anybody other than who you are. Important thing to keep in mind is you want to be able to tell a story with and without sound. Anybody ever try to sneak watch a video somewhere where maybe you're not going to turn on the sound, but you know, you kind of want to try to figure out what's going on in the video anyway? So whether it's the information about you know, adding captions, something along those lines, but just think about that. Yeah, perfect. Just want to mention real quick a couple things going on in the chat. We do have some people trying to get into the class in the waiting room that are not using their actual name. So that's what's going on in the chat there. If it doesn't affect you, don't worry about it. If you have a question, feel free to type it in the chat. If I think it makes sense where we are, then I will answer it. If it's something I know we're going to answer as we are going forward, then I will ask you to just hold on to your question. Okay. Include a call to action. So videos are fun, right? And we want people to like and share and have a good time, but don't forget that you are selling a product or a service. This is about your business. And just like anything else that you do, your video should tell people what to do next. It doesn't have to mean, a call to action does not have to be a buy something right this second, but it might mean, please share with a friend. Please like our page. Comment with this information. Every video should include a what you want somebody to do with that next. Okay. Finally, just experiment and have fun. You know, kind of a low pressure way to deal with videos is if you put them up on Facebook or Instagram stories, those disappear in like 24 hours. So, you know, that can't be too awful, right? But I will definitely just say, you know, have a good time, try lots of different things, and see what happens. Okay, Sonia says, I have storage issues on my phone. Would I be able to store these videos that I randomly capture in Canva? Yes, I'm going to show you. You can upload your videos to Canva and then have those in an area where you can add them. I personally, I have a Android-based phone. I have a Gmail address. I have everything on my phone set up to automatically upload to Google Photos, so I can delete stuff off my phone. So cloud storage is an option as well. All right, as I mentioned earlier, there's lots of ways to use video. You know, you're going to want it on a sales page, on your website, but I know a lot of folks are here about Instagram, or about social media. So I just wanted to give a few video tips around Facebook. These are straight from Facebook. When you upload a video into Facebook, these are actually the things that they show you. They will give you check marks next to each of these and let you know whether you have done these or not. So Facebook is actually telling us that videos of at least 3 minutes get shown to more people. That doesn't mean an hour. That just means more than 3 minutes, right? So again, I come from a journalism standpoint. I'm an editor by trade, and one of the you know, lines they always told us in journalism was, how long should a story be? It should be like a mini skirt, long enough to cover all the important things, but short enough to hold the interest, right? Okay, so anyway, video should be the same. But anyway, Facebook as well, include a video description. This is not a Facebook video class tonight. If you're not sure how to do these things, we can talk about that offline, but did want to go ahead and give you some of Facebook's tips. Upload an HD video, super easy to do that in Canva. I'm gonna show you that here in just a second, I promise. And then Facebook also recommends that you use playlists and series. So sort of like you put your photos into photo albums, if you put your videos into playlists or series, they have a better chance of being seen. All right, so while I hop over, we're actually gonna go live into Canva now, but I have to log out of this one and log into something else. So give me 1 second. Do want to mention, I know there was some question earlier about Canva free version versus Canva Pro. Everything I'm going to show you tonight is in the free version of Canva, canva.com. You can get a free account there. I will touch base a little bit later and maybe even show you a few things if we have some time of what you get with the Pro version. I have absolutely no affiliation with Canva or Pro, but it would probably be one of the last things that I gave up if I got really strapped for cash. My Canva Pro account would be one of the last things I give up, because I think it's, while there's fantastic tools in the free version, the Pro is even better. So Canva, if this is your first time seeing a Canva homepage, I just want to point out that essentially Canva lets you design just about anything that you can think of, and they're going to have a lot of tools for that as well. So, you know, just to give you some ideas, under social media, if you're wanting to do a post, an Instagram story, something animated, a TikTok background, all these different things. And you'll notice as I hover over these, it's automatically pulling up the size that you need, because we all know that with video, with social media in general, one of the most frustrating things is I designed this really nicely, but now it doesn't look right on that platform because it must be the wrong size. So Canva does a pretty good job of keeping up with these sizes. You may have to tweak them a little bit, but it's a good starting point. So all your social media stuff, good to go. But I want to show you even all the way down here for personal. So if you wanted to do an invitation or a resume, some of you who are in the product business and are making labels for your products, you've got that right there. If you wanted to create a calendar or wallpaper for your desktop, the presentation that I just showed you was completely done in Canva. If we have any educators on the page right now, so Canva actually started as a yearbook product. It was developed by she was, I think, 19 at the time in Australia, and she developed it as a yearbook template product for other kids in high school, and it has grown significantly. Worksheets, so if you're doing something in your business where you need clients to fill out a worksheet, those types of things can all be done in Canva, and it has a lot of templates for you as well. The other things that you'll find right on the front of the Canva homepage is Canva's going to kind of guess based on what's going on in the world right now, what you might be looking for. So I'm not sure that Thanksgiving one is still hanging out there, but Instagram posts, Facebook posts, if you need a poster, if you need a flyer. So lots of holiday themed stuff in here right now. You will see that change over time. Obviously, I would say, a few more days, we'll start seeing some New Year's stuff in there as well. And then different things that you might want for the season. Everything, all of these templates have been designed by a professional designer, which means then that like the color, the balance, all the design elements have been worked out for you. Anybody in a business where an infographic might help, these are some great ones. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, I'm glad some of you are showing in the chat you have used the Pro. Scott uses these for college, that type of thing. I do use a lot. Oh, you use a lot of floral templates, and so it's showing you Mother's Day graphics. Well, it's probably figuring out what you like then. Okay, so for the purposes of tonight's session, excuse me, we want to look here at video. And like I said, there's lots of different types of video. So you want to make sure that you're going to pick the right one for your process, whether you're doing something for YouTube, here's an option. If you want to do it for Facebook, you'll see the one over here, a video collage. But just so that we can show some things, I'm just going to do a general video. This is your standard video size. And so when you click on your canvas, it will come up blank, but you will also have a large number of templates over here on the side. Okay. The easiest way that I believe when you're first starting out is just click see all. And then you can scroll through what you are looking for and what catches your eye. Now, remember when you're pulling these templates that what catches your eye may be about color, it may be about shape, it may be about the fonts. It doesn't have to be a perfect match. For example, see when I hover over this one here, it's showing me a little bit of animation. That's not necessarily a straight up video. I'm going to click this one here. And that's pulling this into the background. Up at the top here, this is what is going to show you how long your current video is coming in at. And at any time, you can go click this and actually watch your video. Okay, so 6 seconds of driving down the road. And that's the template. So we're going to start with talking about templates, and then little by little, I'm going to show you more and more ways that you can customize this for exactly what you want. So this to me is set up. It looks like a lot of these are kind of like the end of what you might put at the end of a YouTube video, right? The please subscribe. This is the name of our company. That's that type of thing. So like any type of design program, you can click right into what's here and change it. So if you want to subscribe for more tips, and that's not the name of the company, but um, Canva class. Okay. You don't like that font, just like you would in Word or any other program, you can come up here and change the font. You can change the colors. You can change the size. You can move it around. You can drag and drop. So you can do all of those types of things. Okay. So let's say that you say, oh, I really like that sort of video background. I want to use more of that. You're going to duplicate this page, and now see how this says page 2, and this is page 1, and my video has gone to 12 seconds long because I have this in twice. So down here at the bottom, you're going to see these as individual frames that you're building. So you want to think of that as sort of like a storyboard of the, this is the what I want to show in each section of my video. But when you watch it, they're all going to run together. So let me show you how that works. So slide 2, just so that we can tell when it converts. So now when I go up here and I watch this video, it's going to go through this one for 6 seconds. And then it goes to my next screen. Okay. Close that, go back around. So let's say for that second screen then, well, if this is our subscribe for more tips screen, we probably want to make that our last screen, right? So we'll just drag and drop that to the end of our storyboard right down here at the bottom. We're building a storyboard of our videos. So let's say we just like having the background of this one, but we want to put, but we want to put something on top of that. On this side is where you have stored things that you can upload, and I'll show you that in a minute. But since we're talking about videos, I want to show you there's a huge batch of videos that are already available to you in Canva. Okay, so if I wanted to know if there was any pizza stuff there for my pizza restaurant, instead of me having to shoot my own, is there already a picture of somebody cutting a pizza? Well, there sure is. Here's 4 seconds of somebody cutting a pizza. Okay, so let me just point out, this is coming up with the watermarks in it because we are in the free version of Canva. So it is showing you some options that are that you would have to pay for if you chose to do that. If you said, yes, that is definitely the picture that I want. They're indicated in your search by this little crown, and it says Pro. I'll tell you now, the Pro version is $12.95 a month and less if you pay for it all for 1 year at a time. So probably the cheapest, the most cost-effective way if you're going to do a lot of designing is to go ahead and pay for the free or the Pro version. If you're just trying to get a job done and you're like, I need that picture to make this happen, you can pay for just the one video. All right. Okay, I know we're going through a lot here. That's why we're recording it, so you can go back and watch at a time when you actually have your Canva in front of you too. Perfect world, we'd be holding this class in a computer lab and I'd be over your shoulder and we'd all be going through this together. Hopefully we might be able to do that in 2021. Okay. Let me show you, though. I'm going to delete this video for a second. I want to bring in a longer video. Okay. So you see over here, it says that video that I just clicked on is 26 seconds long, which makes my whole video 32 seconds. So let's pretend for just a minute that we are trying to only have a 30-second video. So we can edit this video. See the little scissors up here at the top? It's telling us this particular video is 25.9 seconds. When I click on that though, it's going to bring up the whole video, and I can adjust where I want the video to start and where I want it to stop. And you'll see as I'm doing that, it's changing my overall time here. And it's adjusting the total time here as well. So you can imagine now, that's going to be super helpful for if you are doing videos of yourself and you're like, oh, shoot, I made a mistake. Well, I just have to cut that out later. Or I have to start over from the beginning. Not necessarily. Just give yourself a nice clean break in the video. Start speaking again where you know you want to edit it later, and you can always merge those two pieces together. Okay. So that's how you edit the different pieces here. But let's say, okay, I really don't want to watch that for 20 seconds. I still need let's just do 8 seconds of that. But now my video is not long enough. All right, so what am I going to do? I need to add another page to the video, right? Well, I don't want it at the end. I want to bring it up here at the front. Because maybe on this page, that's where we want, that's where we're going to want the clip of our vet talking about pizza, apparently. All right, go with me, guys, right? Okay, so that's where we want the clip of the person talking. And we may have to edit that. And I have this muted at the moment because it's hard for you to hear my sound, but this is bringing in the sound as well. Okay, if there's sound in a video and you don't want sound in a video, you can turn that off as well. Let me show you that. First, we got to edit this down to what we want it to be. Trying to get to that about 30-second video, right? Oh, a little too much. All right, so let's say that is what we want. We're done with that. See this little this here? That's the volume of the video of this here. So remember that B-roll I told you about earlier when you want to take pictures of things that are just going on? A lot of that's going to have weird sounds in the background, right? That you can't control. But all you have to do is just turn off the video or turn off the sound on that part of the video. And now you see the action, but you don't see or you don't get the background noise. Nikki asked if you can upload your own videos. Yes, you definitely can. I'm going to show you that here in a few minutes. Okay, thanks for the questions. So now we have 3 scenes in our video. We have the person talking. We have our B-roll action, and then we've got a please subscribe. Okay, we want to watch the whole thing together. And so we're going through that. And then it's going to move to our pizza. We actually have 2 videos on this one, right? Because we still had our background there. And then please subscribe for more tips. And that's our video. Okay. wanted to just let you know, because everybody says, well, what happens when I'm done with the video? Well, you're going to want to download it. This is where you want to make sure that you're paying attention to most things. MP4 video is going to be perfect when you're talking about video. When you're designing other things in Canva, you're going to want to make sure that you are checking to make sure if you need a image file, a PDF print, that type of thing. But all of those options are available to you. Okay. And Canva's pretty good about, based on the template that you picked, it's going to suggest what you want to do. So then once you download that, you're going to download it to your drive. You're going to download it to your hard drive or whatever, and then upload it into whatever system that you wanted there. All right. So let's close that. Let's go back to home. Let's start a new video. Christine, can you fade in and out of each clip? I think that there are some transition options. Let's take a look at those here in a second. So again, reminder to you here in this video, these are all available to you. If you're using the free version, you'll want to look for the things that say free on them. Let me point out for you here too. You see how that didn't quite fill the whole screen, but I want it to, so I pulled it out to the sides like that. Okay. Now, if you're going to put your words and stuff on top of that, you click on text and you want to add Merry Christmas on top of that. Okay. That background, even the video in the background, might be a little too bright for you. So one thing you can do is go here and tone down the transparency. This works for your photos as well when you're dealing with photos. Okay, the transparency of your videos and your photos. So that's good to know. The animate section, I think, is where you're looking for those transitions, Christine. So you can set a fade there. Let's look at these after we get a couple more screens in. The ones that have a crown on them, again, those you get with the free version. But let's come back to that in a second when we have a couple more slides in there, and so we can see how that works. Okay, let me delete these out for a second, and I'm just gonna, I think we've still got her name put in there. Okay, uploads. Uploads is where you can upload. Oh, that's new. Cool. Every time I'm in Canva, I tell you, they've added something new to this. I knew you could upload images and videos, but uploading your own audio is new. Look at that, Athena. Remember when we tried to do that and it wouldn't let us? Now we can. All right. So you can just drag and drop, or in this case, if you have videos that you have there, you can also click upload media. It will directly pull from, if you link your Facebook account, you can pull from your Facebook page. You can go to your Google Drive, your Instagram if you use Dropbox, or if you just have it on your hard drive. So I'm going to pull in a few videos that I have on my desktop. Okay, this is one thing that I did want to share with you guys. There is a little bit of a limitation in Canva. Each video must be less than this size here, just over 1,000 megabytes. There are online tools where you can go in and reduce the size of things. But that's also when you're recording your own video, that's where I actually recommend that you do it in some snippets instead of just, oh, well, let's turn on the video camera and just let it roll for an hour and we'll edit later. That can be done, but not in Canva. You'll never be able to get that large of a file size up. So if you're think of it in scenes and segments and that type of thing, that's a great tip. All right, so it is uploading some video for us here, but it is taking a moment. So while we are doing that, let's see if we can get some music going in here. So there's a lot of your options are a little more limited with your free here, but Canva does have some music. Can we hear that?
Beth,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I have totally lost my screen share and the chat, and I can't figure out how to be able to see what you're doing. Is there a quick?
At the bottom of your screen somewhere, do you have a little icon that looks like this Zoom image camera?
No, the only thing I've got it in the full screen so I can see everybody, and then it goes down to a strip. Then it goes to just you, and then it goes
Okay.
to me talking, and I can't find anything else.
Okay, Scott's recommending that you do Alt Tab or upper right view.
Okay. I don't guess I know where Alt is. Never mind, just keep going.
You might also
go out and come back in.
I was just gonna say that. Yep.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay. So you do have some music options here as well. And just like you were editing the video, let me stop that so you can hear me over that. Just like you were editing the video, you can actually edit the music. So you'll see down here that this video or this audio clip is 2 minutes long, but our video right now is only 5 seconds. So it's only pulling in 5 seconds of that music, but we could tell it that we wanted this 5 seconds instead of the other 5 seconds. Pretty cool, right? All right, let's go back to our uploads and see what we got. Okay, so this is my sunrise video from this morning. So you're hearing some of that background traffic noise, right? Okay, I don't want that. I'm gonna go up here, turned off the sound in that video. So now I can just sort of have this movement in my video. And I'm actually playing Morning Snowflake over this. So if we were to go watch this. Okay, so what might we use that for? We have sort of a soft, nice background. Kind of a long video though. I mean, the 28 seconds, let's cut it down a little bit more, right? So we're picking the section of the video that we want, because I'm thinking that something like this might be great for maybe you put an inspirational quote over the top of something like this if you wanted to upload it to your Facebook page. All right, I'm gonna go to my text section here. Again, use all the materials that Canva has given you. So just because this says White Christmas, you don't have to say White Christmas. If you just like the way that font looks and you want to say a morning thought or something like that. Okay, right? want to show you here real quick. See how everything is sort of in its own box, but these two are kind of stuck together. That's because they're grouped together. I like to ungroup those just so I can play with stuff individually. So maybe we say it's a morning thought. You know, the sunrise is a new beginning. And maybe I want that a little bigger. I can just drag the corner, make it a little bigger. Now, you are going to have uploaded in your images, you're going to have your logo and everything that's important to your business here, right? Just for the sake of things, let me just go grab a logo, type here. Let's pretend that's my logo. Let's not, because that's a pro version. Sorry, I'm so used to pro. I forget to look for the what's free. Okay, let's pretend we're Instagram for a minute, because we want to brand these things, right? So when people see them, they see our logo associated with them. So we're going to pop our logo onto this. And so now we have a completely original, because that's my video of the sunrise. That's your video of whatever you've done. Nobody else is going to do that. If it's your store, it's your business, it's your neighborhood, it's your brand colors, it's whatever you're thinking about. It's going to be completely original. And you could, you know, you could pop that onto Facebook or Instagram story or anything along those lines, and just have a nice little inspirational type video. Can you see why that is a helpful thing to have, like why that would be a little bit, that's going to stop the scroll more than just having this as a still image, and how that could be important to your brand, right? Yeah, more powerful. Voice over. Okay, so I will tell you honestly, that was one of the big limitations with Canva to this point with voiceover, because when I got all excited that you could bring your audio into here, it was because previously, like a week ago, you could not upload your own audio files. So yes, what you'd have to do is you'd have to actually record the voice in another program, either, you know, something on your phone, or you know, record the audio, upload it here, and then you could drag it into your video. The other way to do that, though, let me bring in one of our videos. Yes. You can present and record your voice. Cool. Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. So present and record right here. Go to the recording studio. Record yourself while talking over a presentation. Cool, right? Let's check it out. All right, so what it is wanting to do is Canva could not access my camera or microphone. All right, so this is still in beta version, so we'll have to play with that a bit, because it's not. Oh, because I'm using the camera for Zoom right now. If I weren't using my camera and microphone for Zoom, then I would be able to use it. And then you could create a video that looks like this, where you have yourself narrating. So let me show you a little trick for that, though. Okay. So here's a friend of mine who did a great video. Okay. So let's pretend that we want to hear her talking, but we want to see the sunrise. Remember when I told you about transparency? You just take the transparency of her video all the way down to 0. Now I'm gonna have to turn off our music, right? Or we're gonna have her talking.
Hey there, my name is Sarah Denome, and I'm the founder of Denome Alliance's Counseling Center. Thank you for
You like that, Scott? I see the head nod.
I know that doing these searches and making that first phone call is sometimes the hardest stuff there is. I found Denome.
So that's another way too. So I got to find that again. So that, so that's how you have the voice, but not the actual video. So if I wanted to imagine, then you really could put together like your own little commercial where I could have her on screen talking, but then maybe for, this part of what she says, I want to, show her speaking to her audience of people, and I have that as B-roll. She keeps talking in the background, but we show the B-roll. This goes back to the just explore and experiment and have fun and try things, right? But that is a handy little get around if you want the voice and not actually see the video. Just turn the transparency all the way to 0. So let's answer the question that somebody had before about the in and out. And of course, you can always put, because we're working in a video, as soon as I added a new board, it animates it for 5 seconds. So even if I drop in a photo, it's going to show that photo for 5 seconds and then move on to the next one. I can adjust that if I want. If I want that to show for less than a second, if I want it to show for a long period of time, I can do that. So the animate now, let's see what happens if we apply that. And I'm going to skip.
Do give us a call. And if you have any questions along the way and you need help, remember that Denome Alliance's Counseling Center is here to serve you and help you move forward. Thanks so much. We look forward to working with you.
It was sort of it was a slow fade. It might not have been exactly what you wanted the fade to look like. So that you may just have to play with a little bit. Maybe you want it coming in from the side. See how that one sort of brings it in slowly to the front. So that's where you can add some animation, even if you're using still photos. But at the end of the day, you still are ending up with a entire video. All right. Can you add the direct link to your website on the video also? So in most cases, if you think about where you're going to see video, it's not going to be clickable. If I'm understanding your question correctly about adding the direct link to your website, but you will want, if you go back to some of these video options or the templates that we had, right? So here, if you add at the end and you say subscribe, new content every Monday, or visit us at www.website.com, right? You will want to let people know your information, but think about when you're seeing a video, in most cases, this is not going to be clickable to go anywhere. You would have to do that, if you uploaded it to Facebook, then you would have to put the link in the Facebook message description, things along that line. it's going to depend a lot on how you're using it. But you do want to give information as well. Patricia, thank you for saying it's amazing. I had no idea you could do all this with Canva. I agree. There may be some of my clients in this session tonight because every time they ask me, well, how do you do that? I do that in Canva. And then how do you, well, I do that in Canva, right? So it really is a fantastic tool for all types of things. You've created a video, but how do you post? Okay. So this is going to depend on where you're trying to post it to. You're going to download your video. When you're done, you want to select, because we did this as like one long storyboard, you want to select all your pages, unless for some reason you only want a video that is long enough to, you know, you only want part of it. But in most cases, you're going to want to make sure you have all the pages, right? Because you want the whole video. So when you're done, you just download this like you would any other document. I will tell you, it can take some time. These are fairly large files. The more stuff you pile on top of it. I think somebody earlier asked how long is the longest video that you can make. I don't know. I haven't maxed out yet. So Scott's saying about 15 minutes or so. I know I've done one a little over 11 minutes. The biggest problem I had there was the file size of it later to upload where I wanted it to go. So, you know, at the end of the day, guys, this really isn't, I'm going to stop this for now because you guys know how to download things and it does take a while, but ultimately you don't want, if you are wanting a television commercial, you are wanting high-end video, that's when you probably want to go hire somebody to take care of these things for you, right? This is not the best video editor tool on the market by a long shot, but it is a fantastic way for you to use more video on your social media, for you to come into, you know, Facebook video over here, click on that, go to your templates and say, oh yeah, I'm having a big, you know, I'm having a big sale. It's not furniture, but that's okay because I can take this picture out and I put in a picture of my product there. Or I put in a picture of, you know, we have a great gift. And then I change this to, you know, it's gift time. And I put my logo up here, right? And now I've got, you know, you're going to put your information up there. You're going to change this to your brand color. Okay, guys, I got to show you one of my favorite things ever in Canva. It's not technically about video, but it did just pop up. See how I put that photo in there? And now it wants to match colors to the photo. Isn't that is so cool. I love that, right? So I want to change the color. I'm going to go a little bit deeper because that's actually more in line with my brand. I want to change the font because my brand is a little bit different, right? I put my store logo up here. That's only that's only 5 seconds long. And that's really more animation than video, so to speak, but I'm done. I download that. I hop over to Facebook. I drag and drop it onto Facebook. And now I have social media posts ready to go. That's what Canva is ideal for. To get you started with doing some of those types of video elements. Like I said, if you're trying to do a big production, then get the person that's got the really good cameras and all that editing equipment and all that type of thing for sure. But for little stuff, this is hard to beat. Okay. Put the other questions in there. Let me check my notes of things I wanted to make sure I covered. So anything, what I'm going to do for the next few minutes, if you guys are willing to hang with me as we get closer to the 8 o'clock time here. How are Canva and Facebook linked? Good question. I will show you that in just a second, because what I would like to show you is some of the things that you can do with the pro version of Canva that is a little bit more. Please put your other questions in here, though. I know it's a lot to cover. I know it's a lot when you're just watching and you don't really get to play with it. Athena mentioned earlier, Canva, let me show you here. Canva has their own tutorials and courses here up in the Learn section. So I went back to the homepage of Canva. Up in the Learn section, they've got a design school with some courses. They also, they also have tutorials on different things. I also promise you, if you go on YouTube and you search how do I just about anything in Canva, you're gonna find it. You will find it. Okay. Very good. Let me look at these questions real quick. Sonia, I will talk about how you can link Canva and Facebook here in a minute. Nicole, you batch social media as a single streamlined source for creation. Nicole, I think she is asking me a question, or is she answering Sonia's question? Sorry, I'm not sure on that, but I am going to cover both of those things here in a minute. Great question, Donna, about the photos you see on Facebook and other places you might want to use them. How can you determine copyright protection if it applies? Great question. So when you are in Canva, anything that you are using in Canva, you are free to use. That has already cleared all the royalty type of things. You are good to go there. The second best option for both making sure that you avoid copyright and just being really unique and completely on brand is to record your own video and take your own pictures. And so that's where I recommend, you know, just, of course, some of you know I'm a photo hound anyway, so just take pictures of everything. If someday you think, man, I'd like to have a picture of a butterfly on my website, well, then go to a botanical garden and take a whole bunch of pictures of butterflies. You know, your own your original stuff is always safe to use. Other than that, when you're uploading stuff into Canva, you do want to be careful. Do not just right click and save everything that you find. Instagram especially is especially good at hunting people down for things like that. So you do want to be using royalty-free sites. Another great place. I will tell you the pro version of Canva has a huge amount of stuff, but unsplash.com is another spot. Let me pop that in the chat for you here. Okay, Sherry's given us another one as well. Unsplash.com are freely usable images, so you can use those. So if you see something you like and it has a watermark on it, either find something similar or pay for the picture. That's right? We're all small business owners here, right? We want people to pay us for the things that we do and are important to us. So, you know, if it's a photo you can't live without, go pay for it. They're not very expensive. Okay, yeah, I'm glad that other people are. Donna's asking about copywriting your own work. That's easy and not expensive. I'm not too sure on that, and I'm not sure. I mean, you can sell your stuff to like Unsplash and other places like that if you wanted to do it that way. But if you have your own pictures and you're trying to save them from being used other places, I'm sure there's a way to do that. I personally haven't looked into it because my personal philosophy is I'm just not that worried about it, to be honest with you. But I don't make my living off of photography, and so that's not what I do. All right. Nicole's asking if that is right. Yes. So let me show you a really cool thing here. Let me log into my regular Canva Pro account. All right. Content planner. Let me go brand kit first. Okay. So one of the things that I love about Canva Pro version is you can upload your own logos. I've created my own template of colors that are my brand colors and some of the other people that I work with. These are the fonts that I use for my brand. So now if I create a new design, let's just call it a Facebook post, and I want text, and I click these options here, these are already in my brand fonts.
Oh, cool.
And if I go to color, all of my colors, all of my brand colors come up here. So I don't ever have to remember what was that code again, or I think that's kind of close, or things along that line. So when you talk about trying to maintain a consistent brand, you can't do that without Pro. That is, well, you can. We could talk about that offline about figuring out which colors are and then having hex codes and having to enter those individually, but to save them in a brand board like that is in Canva is a Pro, is specific to Canva Pro. Let me go back home. Let me create a design and let's start. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna make a Facebook post. Again, I can start with the template. I can say, all right, that's cool. Look how easy it would be. And may you have a delightful Christmas with your loved ones. Love that. Popping that out, putting my face in there, posting it to Facebook. Easy as that, right? Okay. So I pop that out. I go over to my uploads. That's not me, but that's my friend Sarah again. So we're gonna make Sarah's Christmas cards. And we put that in there. We say we're good to go. Okay. See how up here before we had download? You can still do that. You can click here, download. This is where you want to know for sure. Do you want a high quality PNG image? Do you want a JPEG? Do you need a PDF? Do you need it as a vector file? That will depend on what you're trying to do with the image. If you were actually trying to print that as a Christmas card, then you would want to contact the person that's printing your Christmas cards and say, how do you want the file sent to you? And then you would save it in that version, right? Okay. Like I said, Canva's going to guess what it thinks you want it based on what you told it you were building, but you want to do it that way. You can compress the file, lower quality, but you know, you have you have options in there. But this publish to Facebook option is going to bring up, and because I work with a lot of clients in different Facebook pages, you're going to see a lot of Facebook pages there. When you do it for you, the first time you click publish to Facebook, it's going to ask you to log in. It's going to ask you to give permission for Canva to talk to Facebook and Facebook to get information from Canva, all of that type of stuff. Original photo was under the holly, but your photo is over them. You are correct. Good eye, Patricia. So position, let me move that back. Whoops, too far back. Forward one. Now I got the holly leaves on top of my photo, right? All these things are in layers and you can move them backward and forward as you need to. All right, publish to Facebook. Isn't it better, Scott says, isn't it better on the free version not to publish to Facebook so you don't carry the Canva logo on your posting? I don't think it would give you that option, to be honest, because you haven't paid to use that image, because it has the, is that the question you're asking me? I don't think that with Pro, you can publish directly to Facebook. You would have to download it to wherever you want to save it and then upload it into Facebook, which you can totally do. You can do that all day long, no problem. But, question, Athena? Okay, but if I want this on my page, so I clicked my Facebook page. This is where I write the stuff that's in the top, you know, happy holidays from my friend Sarah. I don't type very well this time of night. Okay, now look at this, guys. I don't have to publish this right now. I have a calendar over here. I can click the calendar and I can say, I don't want that post to go until, there's a little glitch right now where it's showing weirdness, but I clicked the 25th. It was doing this the other night to me too. And I want it to go at 7:30 in the morning. And I say done. And then I can either save it as a draft or I can schedule my post. It's going to go Christmas Eve. Schedule my post. And now if I say, okay, well, I want to make another post kind of like that, because you're doing this consistently and you're building up a strong brand image, you probably have a template that you're using for Facebook posts. And so you just kind of want to copy them over time as well. When you hit the content planner, oh, yes, I do. I want to save and schedule that. So now it's showing me, you'll see I have some other things already scheduled for myself and some other folks that I work with. So now I have a calendar of when my Facebook posts are going to be posted. If I go, oh, whoops, I wanted to make sure and talk about, you know, National Snowflake Day on the 5th, then I click the calendar and I can either create a design or choose a design. So if you are doing things for just your business, if you want to do mostly with Facebook, because right now, you know, it's not linking into Instagram and some other things right now. So Facebook is your medium here, and you want to knock out a whole bunch of posts and get them done. Canva is one of the best tools going for all of that, for sure. The content planner is in the Pro version. The things we're looking at now is Pro. And also when you're in the Pro version, all the videos, all the photos, all the music, everything that Canva has available to you is, there's no more charge for any of that. There's not another level of you'd have to pay for that. When you're Pro, you've got it all. Also in Pro, you can add teams. So if you're working with other folks and you want to be able to share designs, you still can share some designs without the Pro. But if you know, want to develop a team, that's another benefit of Canva Pro as well. Yeah, Sylvia mentioned that Hootsuite is helpful for scheduling. There's lots of great scheduling tools out there if you're trying to do more than Canva as well. But again, Canva is fantastic for all these quick do-it-yourself types of things. If you want to go into business as a product label company, you probably need a different software and different tools to do that well. If you want to do a ton of videos, if you're going to do a lot of social media that isn't supported by Canva right now, then yes, you need to look for lots of other different tools that can help you with that. But Canva is a lot of it's a lot of fun, and two, it's a huge shortcut. So if you all of a sudden wanted to do a brochure, for example, I know we're not talking about videos anymore, but I do want to show you a few things here. I just popped over here. Invoices. Anybody ever need a template to send out an invoice? So if you wanted to do a trifold brochure, a sales brochure, and this is scary, right? This is what everybody's scared of, the big white blank screen. Pick a page you like. It says apply both pages. Your templates are basically done. It knows exactly where the folds should be. And now you can just go in here and change your colors, change your pictures, change the words, do whatever you need it to do. And Canva will even print them for you these days. So there's all types of things that you can do that. Donna, I see your question about the different social media types of things. I'm not sure that that's, we can talk about that offline. There's all sorts of different philosophies out about all of that kind of thing. And so let's talk about that at a different time. I've made a video on my phone, but now I want to upload it to Canva so I can work on it. You want to work with it on your phone. I should have said Canva does have an app. I personally have not used it much because as I age, it's really hard to design things on small screens. So I have not used the Canva app much, but you could do that as well. If what you are asking is you have it on your phone, how do I get it to my computer? That would depend on the options on your phone. I know on my phone, I can upload a video to the cloud. I can send it in an email attachment. You'd have to look at the options of how you can share that with you. Crystal agrees the app's not her favorite. Honestly, I have only ever used it when it's like, oh no, I just saw a mistake and I need to get that fixed and I'm not near a computer. Evelyn loves the app. Fantastic, cool. Good. I'm glad. Like I said, though I personally need 2 giant screens these days to design much. We are coming up on a little before 5. Yes, Jessica, unmute yourself and tell us about the app.
Okay, a couple days ago, the app actually updated. So it works a lot better than it used to. Also, from now with the app, you can even upload things to it and it'll upload to your usual upload files. So you can go from uploading something to your phone to the desktop and see all the uploads.
Excellent.
So it's updated now and you have all the features that the desktop version has in the app now. Although it's still occasionally a little odd to do it because the screen's so small. Because I know I use the app a lot and then I'll go and like do touch-ups on my computer because I'm usually always on the go. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for that feedback. I appreciate it very much. I will go home and make sure my app is updated and play with it a little bit more. What about Google to download from phone to computer? If you mean Google Drive, probably. I'm not sure exactly which part of Google you're talking about, but like I said earlier, my personal phone I have set up, it automatically syncs everything to my photo file in Google, and then I can always, you know, because when I want to upload something here, and then my Google Drive is here. If I've already posted it on Facebook because I took it there first, I can go to my Facebook and pull those pictures in. Or honestly, you know, I have a lot of sharing stuff here, there, and everywhere, and just upload it everywhere, anywhere you can, right? Okay. I thank you guys. I hope that this was helpful, that you learned something new, that we didn't talk too far over your head nor under your head. And I hope that you will play with things. I would, you know, love to see what you guys do when you get the email from Athena tomorrow with the link to being able to rewatch this webinar. You obviously can reply to that as well. Thank you, Jan, for tuning in the middle of the night in England. I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you found it helpful. So as Athena said earlier, we here at the Small Business Center, we're here to help you. So let us know how we can do that. And I hope that you have a lot of fun with Canva. I will stay on for a couple minutes if you have another question you want to add to the chat, or if you want to unmute and talk together. Please keep your eyes open for a survey about the course as well. We do value the feedback that we get from you guys. The YouTube link will be emailed to the address that you registered with. We will link you directly to the actual video. From there, you'll be able to see the whole page of other things that we have, other courses and stuff that we've uploaded as well. So watch for that in your email. All right. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Yes.
Yeah, I had a quick question.
Sure.
This page that's being on display, the beach town, you said it was a composite of 2 different pages. Could you show me quickly how you got that on there?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So we started from, thanks everybody. If you're good, Merry Christmas. I hope you will join us for webinars in 2021. Feel free to hop off if you're good, or hang around if you want to chat. I'll go home eventually, but I love talking to people too. So
awesome, Beth. Awesome.
Thanks, guys. All right. So we started with that we wanted to design a brochure. Okay. So if you're searching for something too, you can always use this search box up here. So I could just type in brochure. If I could spell, I could type in brochure, and it will ask, well, do you want fold in half, Z fold, like what kind of brochure are you talking about? But typically we want this tri-fold, right? So you can either start from scratch, or you have all of these templates. So this is the one I picked. And so you literally just have to click on the template you want, and it's going to open it for you. And then you can design from there. Canva is always saving your changes. This is the other thing I love about Canva, right? None of this, oh my gosh, I did all this work and I forgot to save it. It is always saving as you go along. And so now that I've pulled this up, then each of these individual boxes, each thing that I click on, I can make a change, right? So from here, that's a photo. So I can delete that photo, go get another photo and pull it in. If I wanted a picture that I had uploaded, then I would go to my uploads. If I wanted to find a photo, if I said, well, I want a, well, let's just say I want a butterfly, then it's going to show you all the different butterfly pictures. Let's take this one out and we'll pull our butterfly picture over into there.
Okay.
Am I answering your questions?
Yes, and thank
Yep.
you. Appreciate
Templates. You don't ever have to stare at a blank screen again and go, I don't know how to make whatever. Just go steal somebody else's template.
One other last question. The infographic, what is that and what is it used for?
Yeah, great question. So infographics, these are great for educational type of things, right? So a lot of times you'll see this in a newspaper or magazine article that you might want to explain a bunch of statistics, or here's one that says the winemaking process. Okay, so what you could use this for, a few ideas off the top of my head. One, these are the perfect size for, like, where's my camera here, like rack cards, those like single size rack cards, right?
Well, the stuff that they put on door handles, right?
Yep, door handles, but it might also be an element that you want to have on your website. So I don't know.
I'm a math tutor, so I was wondering if I could.
You're a math tutor. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to show you the worksheets here in a second too. So let's say I'm not very good at math. So let's say that we just want to change this and we're going to call this the finding X process, right? This is what I know about algebra at this point, right? So step one, and you put this in here, right? So it could be a handout, it could be on your website, it could be something that you post on social media. All of this is just about unique and interesting ways to give information in a way that somebody's already done all the design work for you.
Okay.
Right? Because that's where we all feel inferior, because shoot, I mean, you're really good at teaching math. Nobody expects you to know how to design stuff too, right? So let's take other people's ideas and come across looking like we really know what's going on. So let's look at these worksheets for a moment, or I'm just going to go to the school thing here. And so so some of your worksheet templates are, here's all your math worksheets. Some of these are, you know, for little kids kind of stuff, but you could take a template like this, multiplication under the C, and change that up so it doesn't look like, so I assume you're not teaching algebra to kindergartners. And you know, but it's already got the circles, it's got the problems in here. Cool. I don't have to start from zero, right?
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. I think because Canva started in the schools as a yearbook tool, and then, you know, so I think that's why worksheets and that kind of stuff. And I also think that they really ramped it up here recently with so much, you know, working from schools from home and people wanting to help supplement their kids' education and some of that kind of stuff too. So yeah, lots of fun stuff here. If you need something designed, you'll probably be able to find a template for it in Canva.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Got other folks on. What other questions we got? Unmute yourself if you want.
This is Cassandra. I would like to ask, do you mind sharing maybe some of the projects that you've already worked on? If they're not, do you mind and maybe one or two of your projects that you've done?
The projects that I have done. What types of
Well, maybe
things
I'm very
specifically?
interested in the info design because I have an etiquette school, and that would be great for me to kind of list how to set a table, or when the children come, give them something of that nature to
Okay.
ease it.
So the other thing I want to share with you guys too is that if you can't find exactly the template that you're looking for here, it is not hard. Let me do a quick search here on my other screen. Let's see, Canva template. Let's see. Not quite be there. There's a lot of small business owners. If you you'll find a lot of Canva templates on Etsy actually. If you want to download something that's specific to you and your type. So I honestly haven't done any specific infographics that I've updated, but the process is the same for all of those. So one thing I didn't show is in Elements, that's where like your clip art kind of things are. So if it, if you want a picture of a, a plate for your, and it starts with, etiquette is, something about plates. Sorry, I'm not thinking etiquette very well off the fly, right? So it's really just about adjusting the thing. You really can take any of these design templates that you like, things that you think that setup is nice, and just go in and change out your information from the information that's there.
Okay, thank you. That was good.
Is that helpful? Okay.
Most definitely.
Question from Stephanie. Scott said, post my Canvas Instagram template to my phone. Stephanie, you want to unmute and explain to me a little bit more what you're trying to do?
Yes, thank you. I just don't seem to be able to, when you start, you're ready, you finished it, you downloaded it or whatever. I know that the trouble I'm having is that I'm not getting it to my phone, but it doesn't give me that option. Send this template that I've just finished in Canva on an Instagram, to my phone, which then from there, I think I would be able to upload it.
Yeah.
But I don't find that as a choice.
So I would guess that you could probably fairly easily do that from the app, since if you're already designing on your phone.
No, only on my computer. Doing
Okay.
all the designing on the computer.
Sure. Okay. So you would have to download to some place that you can get back to on your computer or on your phone. So that's probably going to be, do you use a Android phone or an Apple phone?
Apple phone.
Okay. So do you have an iCloud?
Yes.
Okay. So if you save this image to your iCloud, then you should be able to pull your iCloud images into your Instagram.
All right.
Give that a try.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good. Kim, you have a table setting template? You already got one? out there? Is that what I'm understanding?
I can just whip her up one real quick.
Oh, well,
I'm a
that's
graphic designer and it's just circles. But she might have to,
Thank you. Thank
although you might have
you.
to tell me which, I don't know all like the big spoons and the little spoons. Or I can
I can
probably
tell
look up
you
what it's supposed to look like.
the
But
small spoon's a teaspoon. The big spoon is, you just have that big spoon and then you have the forks, knives.
Kim. Why
I'll
don't Kim? Why
search
don't
for
you
one.
drop your Kim? Why don't you drop your email address in the chat?
Okay.
And then if anybody wants to jot that down and reach out, they would be welcome to do that.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
All right. We probably have about 5 more minutes before my phone rings and my son wants to know what's for dinner. So what else can I answer for you guys? Anybody have a specific question, or you're just waiting to see what else we can do here? It's really going to take playing with it, guys, and be patient. There's going to be some quirks. Like I'm looking at this picture here and I'm realizing as I hover over each of these icons, right, they're individual type of things. Sometimes you're going to pull in a picture and that's all one image. And so, in this case, then I could pull these around individually, but if I wanted them all to move together, I'd have to, move them. Well, I could grab them all like that at once, but then I grab too many things. So yeah, that's just kind of playing around with that. So I'm glad that you are finding things to be helpful. Donna, tell me more about what size brochure. Are you talking about, like a trifold brochure or a flyer size? What kind of size? Because the other thing that you can always do with Canva too is you can start right here from create a design and start with a custom size. So if your printer says it has to be this by this, you can change that to inches or pixels of what you need. And then it will fill in if it has templates that will fit that size, then it'll pull those for you as well. If you're doing a true weird size, then it probably doesn't have a template for that. But let me show you a trick. Again, this is going to be a Canva trick, but let's say that we created a business card. Okay, a business card is going to be this size, right? Let's do a good guitar lesson business card, right? And then I go, well, I want a Facebook thing to match that as well. You resize here and then say I want to make that a Facebook post and make a copy and resize it. It's going to keep all this stuff, but it's going to pull it into the right size for you. Yes, resize is in the pro version. Thank you, Athena. But that's another reason for me. That's the main reason I bought Pro in the first place, was for resizing, and then they just keep getting it better and better and better type of things there. So yeah, I would recommend if you want to build something and you definitely want a brochure or you want a template, then start with, typing in brochure, and it's gonna ask you like what size brochure do you want. So a bifold, then see how these are more like church bulletin type of brochures versus a trifold, because this is showing you one side, but it probably, if I click on this, you're probably going to get both. Yeah, see how it's the front page and the back page, and you get both of them. So really when you fold that in half, it's a four thing. You guys got me, right?
So Beth, on that one, Oh, sorry. If I wanted the color blocks to be a different size and the picture to be larger on that, can I adjust it?
Yep, drag and drop.
Okay, cool.
Yep, drag and drop. Don't like that color. I want a different color. Here's all the colors in the world. Pick a different color. This is called a hex code. If you know the exact color code you want, you just type it in right there, right? And so then you just got to kind of look at like, okay, when I put my picture in, maybe I don't want that little thing on top of there anymore. So you just, you know, delete that off. So the more you play with it and the more you figure out, okay, when I'm on a specific box like this, then I can edit what's going on within that box, and you can change all the things up here about any of that. You're going to have a good time, right? So formatting standards per social media platform that are options, not links.
I've got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How can I share it with her? I found her one and I put it in Canvas.
Okay. You have a button up top here that says share. Are you in the free version?
Yeah.
Do you have a share button, or is that a pro option? I think you can share in free.
Let's see.
Right next to
It
download.
says yeah, share.
Okay. Yeah, click share.
Okay.
And
I guess I need a.
now you're gonna need her email address.
Oh. Should I send it to you?
You can. I can't remember. Let's go back and see.
Or
Athena, you tracking who?
It was Cassandra, and she's still on.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, you can use Athena. Athena's put an address in there that you just click the share button, type in that email address for the Small Business Center.
okay.
And send that over, and then she should be able to, on her homepage, if you get one of those with somebody, then you've got this button over here that says shared with you. So these are things that other people have shared with me at different times. But she should also get an email that, well, Athena's going to send it to her eventually, but when you share that with people, they should get an email that says that something was shared. All right.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I know we could be talking about lots more things here. And I sure do hope that when it's safe to do so, we will certainly have a course on Canva in one of our computer labs here on campus, where we can all be playing and saving your own templates and actually doing some things together. So watch for that sometime in 2021. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas.